A very good afternoon to everyone. This is Dr. Tahsin Taj from RI, Mysore, Assistant Professor. Today we are having a series of session about multilingualism, and we are going to focus today the pedagogical skills and practices for multilingualism for teachers. So, though we know the multilingualism is very important and we have to use this multilingualism in a classroom, and this is a big task for a teachers how to adopt the multilingualism in a classroom. So, whereas we are having different types of languages in a classroom. So, these languages are very important, how to learn, how to use these languages, the important factors of all the languages are very important. So, in preparing of teachers for the multilingualism, though the language education and the challenges for the teaching and delivery of multilingualism is a big task. So, whereas the different diversity which deals with the multilingualism as a national integrity for the teachers, so it has to be developed the multilingualism in the classroom. There is a big thing to understand what is the multilingualism and the educational demands in the current situation. Whether what are the multilingualism is reaching to the educational demands, the language is developing or not, what are the criteria to develop the language through the multilingualism, the different languages which are exist in a classrooms. As the implications of the multilingualism in a current situation, to become a teacher, this is a big task how to create the multilingualism or how to adopt the multilingualism in a classroom. As the implications of multilingualism teacher, there is a need for a multilingualism practices to adopt in a teacher education, how it will be helpful. So, how to create the multilingualistic teacher to be based on the current situation. Basically, we know that the knowledge of more than 2 languages which create more helpful to communicate the people with many more. Though the languages are very helpful, so not only the 2 languages, when it comes to the multi-languages, the communication will be more. However, the multilingualism is very important. There is a need to adopt the multilingualism practices in a classroom, and it has to be develop the teachers as multilingualistic teacher. So, basically the question will arise how to deliver these multilingualism practices in a classroom, whereas we have to train for the teachers. So, how to adopt these multilingualism practices in a classroom, this is a big task for the teacher educator. To make more multilingualistic classroom, a teacher can encourage the students to make interest in the multilingualistic classroom. A teacher can prepare so many activities. A teacher can give a lot of opportunities to have a multilingualistic contextual, the environment which creates the student to learn more, to identify the different languages, to know the difference between the one language to another language which they are going to be understand, and a teacher has to be very supportive while providing of multilingualistic classroom. So, such practices will provide for the students to deeper understanding and also to learn many languages. The teacher can plan some language practices. To enable the language practices, teacher can group the students in a classroom. The teacher can translate from one language to another language. A teacher can also make a group to make understand others' languages, to understand other perspectives in the languages, so they can a multilingualism or multi-languages can help to identify the different vocabulary, translation, the meaning which is present in that different languages. Even the teacher can identify some of the pedagogical skills which can be adopted in a classroom, where the student can participate in the learning situation, though the different methodologies can be adopted as some practices can be given, like using of home language, expressing them with their own sentences, and make them to follow what the students are going to be tell, and let them, a teacher also can let them students to identify the different languages, to know the different vocabularies, to tell the different meanings in their own languages, so that the perspectives of the multilingualism can be understood by the students. So, the another topic can be tell as incorporating of multilingualism classroom. How to incorporate the multilingualism in a classroom and how it will be helpful for the students. The teacher can plan for different activities, though the students can use different vocabularies like code switching, code analyzing, and the different way of communicating by using of different languages. The teacher can select very simple ways to develop the multilingualism classroom. As such, a teacher can have interact with the students. A teacher can make a group among the students, make it collaborate, have a communication with others, and asking them to tell themselves as what they feel, what they think. Let them tell some of the stories and make them all the stories where the students are telling, and the meaning can be, or some vocabularies can be utilized by in a different languages. For example, the teacher can use some simple activities where the student can follow in the classroom. Like for example, greetings. As we know, the children will greet for their parents, their teachers. When the children go to the home, the greetings will be different. When the students comes to the classroom, the greetings will be different. The home language will be different. The school language will be different. So, let them identify the way of greeting themselves. And even the student can identify some of the labels. For example, make it in a classroom, as we are taking as a contextual learning. A teacher can ask what it is: a blackboard, benches, books. So, what are the labels that it can be, how you can pronounce, how you can tell in your own language, or what you can understand these things. This also can be possible where the teacher is utilizing these some simple techniques to develop the multilingualism among the students. Even teacher can create a multilingual word wall. So, that is, a teacher can make a plan to write new words. So, the students can come up daily and they can write the new words over the blackboard. A creating of multilingualism word board will be helpful for the students to identify the different meaning and the different languages present on the board. The teacher can also create a multilingual reading materials. Like for example, a teacher can present different types of books for the students, that books which are present in the multilingualism, like it may be different languages. So, whereas the multilingualism can be improved among the students. So, like it may be the books, the magazines, a small story books, let them present in front of the students. They can come up with their own ideas and they can start all these to be telling in their own languages. So, the teacher can also plan for the multilingual dictionaries for the teacher context, for the teaching in a classroom. Based on the textbook, a teacher can prepare their own dictionaries, multilingual dictionaries. So, probably we can see 2 languages, 3 languages. So, why we can't have more than 3 to 4 languages? Let them, the students will be identify the meanings of the one word. So, what it can be from the one language to another language. So, that is the multiple meanings of the one word. It will be very elaborative to understand the students in a multiple way. With respect of all these activities, even the teacher can utilize some of the ICT based techniques. The technology can be used in the classroom to develop the multilingualism. A teacher can present some audiovisual aids. A teacher can also present some of the videos. Let the students, they can identify, they can understand, and even they can tell in their own languages. So, that the most of the thing is the teacher has to provide the context to learn the multilingualism, where the students are going to be identified as a multilingualistic, and they will be identify the culture, the cultural background, the different languages, and even the same time the language, the students can develop the respect towards the different languages. Through the usage of technology, a teacher can be more innovative. A teacher can utilize more technological skills. Through the use of technology, a teacher can be more innovative in the multilingual classroom, where the teacher can use a multi skills, like for example, a teacher can use multimedia to proceed the multilingualism. Different languages can be proceed, where the students are more interactive in that multi languages. Like that, the way if we use the tools widely in a classroom, of course the teacher will be a more give a more comprehensive way while making learning in the multilingual classroom. With respect to that, a teacher can create a good multilingualistic students also. So, hence overall we can say that a multilingualism is a concept where we need to identify, we have to understand that how to provide the multilingualistic environment towards the students, where they can learn, where they can identify the different languages, at least they can understand these languages and let them to come up with the different perspectives in these languages. So, hopefully there is a need to develop the multilingualistic culture, multilingualistic environment in a classroom. In a current situation, this is very important. Hopefully, if you follow all these pedagogical practices or technical skills or these skills or simple strategies to develop the multilingualism in a classroom, we can ensure that a teacher can develop a multilingualism among the students. So that we can ensure that a teacher can develop the multilingualism in classroom by providing these widely usage of these technical skills or some pedagogical practices, like what we have discussed, like it may be a word or it may be some of the videos, audios, let them presenting towards the students and they can identify, they can understand. Hope we have discussed all the things in this. The implications of these ideas and approaches to the English language is very much important, and in this educational setting, it has to be seen where the teacher are going to be prepared, where the teacher are going to be developed as with perspective of a multilingualistic classroom. Hence, it is the biggest task for the teacher to develop the multilingualistic classroom, and teacher can prepare so many activities. A teacher can give lot of opportunities to the students in a classroom. So, in preparing of teachers, if you follow these small practices, if you follow all the strategies, hence we can ensure that a multilingualism classroom will be more conducive for learning for the students. Thank you one and all.